welcome to the Questionnaires podcast, where each week we source the best questions from the internet and try to provide the best advice from...
Would a bird's birthday be the day its egg was laid or the day that it hatched?
2.
If someone got naked in a room of blind people, would that be indecent exposure?
We're here to prove that every question deserves an answer. Joining me this week, as always, is Marcus.
Hello, Tom.
And Damien.
Hello, boys.
How are we?
Ooh, well, look, we gotta. I'm good. Thank you for asking, Tom.
Cool.
But we gotta let it out. Someone's joined a new club recently.
Yes, that's right.
It's the Married Man Club.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, the Married Man Club.
What?
I know.
Damien's surprised. Is it not you, Damien?
Damien?
Oh, yeah, it is me.
Yes.
I got married on the weekend.
That's right. That's right. So we did have a week off because we were busy celebrating our boy's wedding.
That's it.
Maybe the only time we've ever had a good excuse for not recording the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Like every other time, it's just like, sorry, couldn't do it.
There are some decent excuses, but that's probably the best excuse.
True.
That and probably having a baby. I think that was another reason.
Yeah, I mean that's always fine to like having these big life events. I mean, it's a busy time, I guess, in the lead up to the wedding as well.
Yeah, 100%.
How did you find the days getting into it? Like those two or 3 days beforehand, were you like balls to the wall? Like I'm like mate, rapping bombonieres.
I wasn't balls to the wall. I was saving that for after marriage.
Of course, yeah.
No, it was actually like I felt like the calm before the storm. I felt fine.
Yeah.
And on the day, you kind of do a lot of waiting because ours was like a reception and ceremony all in one.
Yep.
So I didn't start until late afternoon. And then all of a sudden, just the anxiety started building up.
Yeah.
And nothing to do with being married because I've been with my girlfriend for 10 years. So it's like I've decided this already.
Yeah,
we're spending,
You're just making it official, but
Should it be her?
it's more just the anxiety of like, all this planning is going into 8 hours in a day or whatever it is. And, oh, God, I hope people have fun.
Yeah.
I hope they like the food. I hope I like this. And you start worrying about that stuff.
Right.
I mean, you've planned a wedding before.
Yeah, for
Did you
sure.
go through that as well? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. But on the day itself, I think the weirdest part was arriving to the ceremony, because you as the groom, you walk up and then you stand there and everyone is there waiting for you. It's sort of a weird thing, like you never rock up to a place and then like have everyone anticipating your arrival. And I think that's the weirdest feeling of everything. Is like everyone's just there waiting to
everyone's
look
for
at
you.
and
Everyone's
they're all
there for
looking
you.
at
I feel like, not that I'm married yet, but I feel like on the day, everyone looking at you is probably the weirdest feeling you're ever going to feel.
It's the closest you'll get to feeling like a celebrity because one, everyone is just showering you with love.
Yeah.
And two, they want a picture with you.
Yeah. Sure.
There's nothing that'll make you crash down to reality, like, because I got back from my honeymoon the other day and my brother rang me. He's like, how was your honeymoon? Good? Yep. Awesome. So you're back, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Great. You can help me shovel soil tomorrow at my house. I was like, all right, back to reality.
You're not the prince anymore. You're not the dame. What's it? The dame of the ball?
Yeah.
The dame of the ball.
Yeah, the dame of the ball.
was
Dame
not
of the dame of the ball.
I was back in the trenches as soon as I got back from the honeymoon.
That's it. No,
that's all right.
The honeymoon period was over.
Yeah. Well, I want to say me and my girlfriend, my wife,
My
wife, like, would not have changed anything about the day. It was absolutely perfect. I mean, Tom, you were the master of ceremonies. You emceed the thing.
I was. I didn't have a microphone to record for the podcast that week, but didn't mean my job was over. So yeah, it was a good fun. It was an honour, I would say.
Thank you.
To be there talking in front of your family and your friends.
You did a good job. I enjoyed that. Before the wedding, Tom told me, he was like, I was thinking about doing a little bit in Italian.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, go for it. They'll love it. It's two Italian families coming together.
Yeah.
And then later in the night, he's like, I didn't do the Italian thing. I got too scared. I didn't want to speak Italian in front of all the Italians.
I saw the Italians looking at me.
The best part is because I was with Tom before, and he's like, I was going to say something in Italian, but then I didn't want to fuck up the pronunciation. Say something to me. Say something to me.
They were holding containers of sugo and they were ready to like douse me in it if I didn't do a good job. So I'm like, you know what? I will not.
Was ready to go.
Because the joke I was going to say is the extent of my Italian knowledge of speaking Italian is from Lego's pasta sauce commercials. And all I know is mescolato bene, which means mixed well.
My picture was Kirian Kennedy.
You could have said Damien and his partner scurando bene.
No, see, this is the thing.
Stop saying me and my partner's name like it's a sauce. All right? Don't do that.
Scurando bene.
So I decided against it. Plus, like, as far as like time goes, weddings they blow out and they lose schedule and things like that.
100%, yeah.
And like they were like there ready to serve the main meals or like the entrees before I was getting up there. So I'm like, I gotta fucking get into this. So.
Get in, get out.
I need to ask because I feel like we won't talk about this much longer because people don't really care about my wedding as much as we do.
They don't.
They really don't. Did my brothers And what my bridal party warn you what they were going to do at their intro.
Yeah, so I had one of the groomsmen had come up to me and they were like, I was introducing the bridal party as like the bridesmaids separately to the groomsmen.
And they both came out as groups.
They came out as a group, the girls and then the guys. And one of the guys came up to me and was like, okay, so when you intro us, we're going to come out and just wait for us. We're going to do something, but just wait before you introduce Damien and his wife. I'm like, okay, no worries. Do I want to know what you're going to do? And they're like, just wait. You'll see. You'll know. I'm like, okay. And then I went backstage and I said that. And then your brother was like, just so you know, do you know what we're doing right now? I'm like, no, I don't know what you're doing, but I know that I need to wait for you guys to do something. He goes, all right, cool, wait, you'll know. Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to come out and you're going to strip or something like that? And he looked at me and he was like, just wait, all right, you'll know. I'm like, okay, sure enough. And then, do you want to explain what happened next?
Sure. So, all my brother said was, because he was part of the bridal party, obviously, we've got something planned. Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So, it was all leading up to it. The girls went out. They did a great choreographed dance. It was a bit of fun.
Yep.
But the best part was there became this rivalry between the bridesmaids and the groomsmen that they were saying, we've got the better intro.
Right.
And before the girls went out, my brother went, hey, girls, good luck out there. Just like to really set this rivalry up. So they went out, they did their thing. That was good, what the girls did. Then the boys went out, and it was kind of like very boring at the start. Not boring, but like they walked out and they were just shaking everybody's hand in the venue,
safe,
walking around, and then all of a sudden they make a beeline for the dance floor.
Yep.
My brother rips off his jacket to reveal that he's wearing a shirtless
sleeveless shirt.
Sorry.
Shirt, yep.
And then all of a sudden, all the groomsmen point at him, and he rips his pants off to reveal. Well, thankfully, he wasn't in underwear. He was wearing shorts that were made out of the suit material. And then he turned around and there was a picture of me and my wife printed on the back of his shirt. And it said auguri, which basically means congratulations in Italian. And they all just started flexing and dancing. And it
became manpower. We were there watching the Thunder from Down Under.
There was 4 magic mics that night. Then the best part was the pants that my brother ripped off. My other brother, Daniel, grabbed them. I could only see this from the side, right?
Yeah.
So I saw him pick the pants up and throw them. And then I saw a few people at a table just react like hands over their face, like, oh my God. Yeah. So I assumed that when he threw the pants, because there were candelabras with real candles in them.
As soon as I saw it launch, I was like, that's going to catch fire.
I assumed that the pants hit the candles and it just tipped over, and we had olive branches on the tables and just like set the wedding on fire, right? God. I expected the music to like, people running around on fire and stuff, and Tom saying, don't panic. But instead, the pants landed on my nonno's head, who's 94 years old. And I saw a video of it after. The best part was he didn't even react. He just sat there with the pants on his head, which leads me to believe he just assumed that he went blind.
Yeah.
My grandchildren. The Lord is saving me from seeing my grandson naked with his pants off. Yeah. He's blinded me.
Yeah. It's
funny. A reward.
It's funny because that's something that like I feel like you would want to get the authority to do something like that, right? Like if I was going to be like, hey Damien, I'm going to do something, I feel like I should let you know. But I guess your brothers know you well enough to know that that's not going to ruin your day. You're not going to be like, oh my God, why would you do that at my wedding?
Why would you strip?
See, like some people, it would not be like what they want, but I think it was the best way to start that celebration.
I feel like it created a good atmosphere. People were laughing, and I was. Like I said, no complaints about my wedding. Absolutely nothing.
It's such a good time. It was so much fun. And
it was a good night.
We had a good time, but now we're going to try and have a good time with the microphones on and answer some questions from the internet. Because Yahoo Answers is officially gone.
I was going to say, it was kind of poetic. As I started my new life with my wife, Yahoo Answers came to rest.
That's so true. It's just like...
when one thing dies, another thing blossoms.
Like, you've got her now. You don't need me.
Yahoo said that to you.
She can answer all your questions.
So we're going to answer questions from the internet instead now. It's what we do each and every week. We try to find these questions and try to provide advice to these people and help them on the way. That's how the show works. The other thing we do is we choose a theme for each week to name the question askers. It's my theme this week.
Yes.
And we were talking about wedding stuff in the lead up to this episode before we started recording. We're talking about music specifically. And I thought we could name the question askers after songs that you would hate to hear at a wedding. Songs you don't like. But you would, there's a good chance you would hear it.
Okay. You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
And it's one that doesn't get played much anymore.
Yeah. Is that with good reason?
With good reason.
Right.
But I remember as a kid, it used to always get played.
Okay.
And, as a kid, it's fun. But as an adult, I would hate to see it played, and that's the Nutbush.
Oh,
yeah.
I hate how everyone get all the olds gun and they all do the dance move. It looks stupid.
yeah.
I hope
It's
everybody
not a
now.
dance.
It's not a dance.
It's like communism.
yeah.
I think I call it the communism of dancing.
That's it. That's it.
I think the Nutbush.
Bush.
Yeah, like it's funny in theory.
Yeah.
But then after like the euphoria of shang and bang, bang and bang
Yeah.
wears off, it's 3 to 4 minutes of people just doing the exact same dance
cramping.
movement
Yeah.
over and over.
Yeah. I'm RSI on my
I
fucking
feel
legs.
like one rotation's enough.
Yes.
And then, you could do the normal dance. But no.
I will say though, in that song, it has one of my favorite synthesizer solos in the world. But not yes, he knows.
I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad song.
No,
I just
no.
hate the reaction to the song.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
What does Nutbush have to say for itself?
Nutbush writes in. All right. I'm 19 years old this year, turning 20, and live at home with my parents who have given me a 1 a.m. curfew since I was 17. Question. I work full-time, 40-hour graveyard shifts at Target, and a part-time job 18 to 24 hours a week. I don't think it's fair to give me a curfew considering I only get one full day plus a night off a week, where I usually end up sleeping during the day and wake up at around 7 to 10 p.m. at night. From 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is all the time I have to go out. Then what? I just stay at home all night wide awake. It's not that I'm not responsible, it's the my house, my rules mentality. Mind you, my mum had her first kid at 17.
Oh. Because you didn't have a curfew.
Thoughts? Ideas? Yes.
Nutbush.
And they've imposed some city limits on her by the sounds of
That's
it.
it. They've imposed some Nutbush city
1
limits.
a.m.
That's it.
curfew city limits.
Yeah.
Wait. So they said they work the graveyard shift.
So they work late nights, overnights, graveyard shifts.
they can do
and all
that
They can do
without curfew.
that. But,
That's fine.
when they've got a free night,
Yeah.
they have to be home by 1 a.m.
Wow.
Parents' rules.
Okay. I've got a quick solution.
Yeah.
Say when you're going out, say you're working.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
as well.
that's my quick solution. Just say, yeah, I'm working Friday night.
Yeah.
And then party all night.
That's it. Party all night, come home trashed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
That was a hard shift.
And,
that's
and
right.
you usually sleep in throughout the whole day anyway.
That's-
So
that's it.
Sounds like the day after having a night out. Like,
Yeah.
like you're just doing that 40 hours. Like you're doing that every day of the week except the days that you're going out.
But would you reckon your parents would catch on? It's like, he's worked 6 days this week.
Depends how much, I don't know. Maybe you'd have to basically call in sick one day and then compensate for it. You got to be calculated, smart about this.
True.
the hard part probably is, let's say if they're working a graveyard shift, that probably means they work all the way till 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. That means if you're going out, you have to commit to
has to be a big night.
graveyard party
Yeah.
shift, because you might want to get home at 3 a.m., but it's like, fuck, my parents aren't expecting me until 6 a.m. So
Right.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone out and it's like, it's like too late in the morning to get home?
I take the first train home or something.
Yeah,
instead.
so it's like, let's say it's 4 or 5 a.m. where your parents are like, they're just stirring. If you got home at that time, they know you're getting home at that time.
yeah.
Better off not going
Or
home.
going home at 10 a.m. in the morning and say, I just at that Steve's house. I'm
right.
just
It's less
gonna...
judgmental to be like,
have you
I
ever
stayed
had
over.
that?
That's the better thing to do. I had 1 or 2 times where I got home at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And it's such a shit feeling when the cab pulls up to your house and it's daylight out again.
Yeah.
And you walk into your house and your parents are up making coffee and having breakfast,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, hey guys, and you're embarrassed and sheepishly walk into your bedroom
And then collapse.
and just collapse. Yeah, I don't think I ever enjoyed that feeling of getting home at that time.
Nah,
Yeah.
there's one scenario at one time where I went out with a friend and we were staying at his house, his parents' house that morning, and we got home at I would have said 6:30, 7 o'clock on a weekday. We were uni kids,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
had nothing on the next day.
Yeah.
And it was 7 a.m. We rock up, and his dad's getting up, getting ready for work, and so is his mum, and we're rocking up.
The Weet-Bix.
We're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
I just crashed on the couch. He went to bed. We got a stern talking to.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
because the problem is, I think they assume the worst.
Yeah.
Right.
The fact that you're out that long, they're probably like, he's been doing some of them drugs.
No one stays out that late not on drugs.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just fair enough. I think if I was a parent as well and my kid was
You
gone
worry
all
about
that
it,
time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a long ways away from that with your child, Tom.
Yeah.
Have you thought about, will you be a curfew dad?
I think within reason, maybe at a certain age.
Yes.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
But I think after a certain age, I think it's unreasonable to be super stern on it. I think it's more or less about having a good communication to be like, this
Yeah.
is where I'm at. Keep me informed. If not, then you're sort of like, I'm obviously coming from a place of caring for you. It's not about trying to be on your case and be like,
Yes.
what are you up to? Where are you? What are you doing? But just keep me informed where you're at and where you're going.
It probably comes down to like the attitude of your kid at the time as well.
Right.
Like if your kid's a bit of a teen, like a bit of a turd, and it's like, I don't suck it, Dad. I'm
Yeah,
going
right.
out and partying all night.
I'll be back whenever I fucking want to be back.
Yeah. Then it's like, hey, I'm gonna whip you into shape.
It's a fine line to be like, if you have too much sort of control or like too much